Hey folks, welcome back. This is Bell English, Nam BK. Thanks for joining me today. I believe it's been a while again. I just had this lacuna in between for posting my lessons as I was held much with a lot of my stuffs as I was not finding it very hard to spend some time in between during my routine schedule. Again, let's stop that additional stuff beating around the bushes and get on to the lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to see how to understand a fast speaker or a native speaker, native English speaker. Listening is always a challenge which has to go through a lot of practice and with a deliberate effort in order to get used to the native speakers. And the ultimate purpose of learning English is to get to that level of understanding where people are able to understand the native speaker, listening to them and trying to use the language in a way how they does. So listening to a fast speaker and understanding what is being communicated, what is being spoken by the person is always a challenging task which any learner would struggle with. In order to jot down few steps wherein it helps the learner to understand the native speaker better and to go through the tremendous effort of getting used to the fast English speaking. So while breaking them, we can do it like train, break, use ears. Of course, you are going to use your ears. Let's get detail into this particular aspects. Train. So train yourself to listen to native and fast speaker. You have to train yourself. You have to be in a situation to getting used to where you used to hear. You have to hear too much of speakers, like too many speaking per people and too much of fast lessons or people who talk English fastly. You have to listen to them very, very, very often, and you have to be more and more familiar, getting used to that particular atmosphere of people talking fast. Let me explain how to do that. Just go with a specific fancy of yours, like whichever you wanted to, a famous person or an actor or someone who you actually wanted to listen to, whom you are much fond of, much familiar with, and whose English is very much attractive for you, whose English you just want to follow. So in that case, you just stick on to a person and go through his specific conversation or a speech or elocution where he himself expresses either his abilities or might be a conversation between two people that would actually add a value. If someone is having a conversation with someone, if it is between two people, even you can take a specific scene from a movie as well, of your famous movie or your preferential movie where two people are interacting in native English, in the actual English or a fast English. So it can be even non-native English movies, but still it should have that sort of fast speaking, fast conversation in that specific scene which you wanted to stick to. So pick that scene alone. Just let's not get into like more huge volume or lengthiest movie. Just stick on to certain minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes, or maximum not more than 5 minutes. It's always good to stick on to a specific time frame, not exceeding more than 5 minutes. End of the day, it's a part of learning yourself. You are trying to learn your lesson by yourself. So stick on to somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes max, and just take that specific scene of discussion alone. It should be a continuous conversation. It shouldn't have in between spaces or frames, and it should have just a specific continuous conversation for 5 minutes at least, 2 to 5 minutes. So just listen to it, keep on listening to it again and again. Try to understand what the actual speaker is saying, the speakers are discussing about. Try to have a pen and a notepad. Just make a note of whatever you listen with. Okay, and then try to use you can use the subtitle in your native language or even in English. Try to understand what exactly it's being pronounced. Like read the word and then see how the speaker pronounces it. So this is how you have to break them into pieces. You have to break every portion of that conversation between two people in order to understand them in specific to the pronunciation, how it is being pronounced while it is put into a sentence and while making the conversation in a faster pace. So it is always good to break them into small pieces, as if like word by word, in order to get them appropriately, at least like 2 to 3 words altogether, if it is going to make a meaning, unless you put them into 2 to 3 words in specific. So break them and listen to how it is being pronounced by the speakers, and then again coming back, listen to it without the subtitle and try to understand. Like, read through your ears, don't use the vision, or you don't use the visual of that particular scene. Just listen to it, don't look it through it, because your eyes tend to read few attributes of a speaker, which would actually makes you to understand what is being conversed between two people or on that specific clip which you have chosen. So it's always good to stick to your ears, read through your ears, not to your eyes, because here we're going to practice our ears to understand how it has to be like how it is being pronounced by or used by the conversation or a native speaker or a fast speaker. So trying to understand a fast speaker and a native speaker is really a high challenging task, where it requires tremendous input from your side in order to train your ears to listen to these people and get used to them. So then you just take a note of it and compare them with what is being actually conversed by that specific people in that clip. So repeat this exercise again and again until you can actually understand the person or the conversation without the subtitle itself. And then go ahead with another clip, again do the same, again repeat it, again understand how it is being pronounced by the native or as fast speaker. So this exercise will definitely benefit you in understanding how a fast speaker pronounces each term. It's like contractions and shortening of terms will be used while it's being made as a fast conversation. So that is where you try to break down them into pieces and understand them and read them through the ears, which benefits you to get to that cracks of how it's being used by the native speaker or a fast speaker. I believe I would have covered what has to be covered for this lesson. Just let me know your comments if at all you want to add something or you want to change something in this specific lesson, or in particular if you want any more lessons, just let me know in the comment section. I always look forward for your constructive criticism and feedbacks. Give me a thumbs up if you like this channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'm sorry about it. Subscribe to my channel for updates on the new video. See you soon. Take care. Bye.